Alright, welcome to game 5 of 9 of the analysis series for these games, in which I was helping my friend get from 0 to hero, from the gray hell to experienced, where the games are way better. In this game, I was sitting in seat 5, my friend was sitting in seat 3. We were both liberal together. I believe this is a liberal win. This is game 5, so this is the game I got a little bit tilted and decided to record a voiceover. This will be the only game where there is not live commentary going over it. Alright, so first things first. 1-5, plays blue. Nothing too crazy. 2-6, plays blue. These games were all played one after another, so I have... Now we still 3-7. Now, coming off the last game, where we played 1-2-5-6, I should want. Did I 9? Yeah, I'm the solo 9. So my 9 is the only one that makes any sense as well, because I should want to be president. But I was totally fine to let my friend kind of control the pace of the game. It was, this is my alt account. I really don't care about it. And I was just playing for fun anyway. So anyway, my friend, in any case, my friend decides, or actually bites the bullet here and draws 3 reds, which is kind of unfortunate. So he plays the first red, and no. Okay, so this is where gray games start to show their sort of merit. See, 4 is a newer player. He picks 1. I remember early on, a long time ago, when you first start playing these games and nobody really knows what they're doing. You'll have people in seat once the government gets to seat 4. Seat 4 has really no idea who to pick, and so they pick a blue president, thinking, "Oh, okay, well, blue president is who you should pick." The problem, of course, is that 5 is right after, and who does 5 pick? 5 wants to pick the president that was his president. You don't want to mix govs. You want non-conflicting govs to play to each other, because that's positive for liberals. In this case, it probably saves me, but that's why I 9. It's kind of interesting that we get a fascist 9ing, and my friend, of course, 9s. I must have asked for a 9 and didn't get it, so it's unfortunate. But he then plays a blue, so I was like, it was kind of surprising to me. This Hitler is kind of playing poorly as a Hitler, in my opinion. Might be a little bit biased about that statement, but objectively speaking, he should have played a red by now. I know it was 4 IMV, but 3 blues is kind of a really bad position to be in. And then, of course, I get 2 blues here, and I force. And so, who 9'd me there? Did anyone 9 me? 2. Yeah, a 2 is the same person in the last game. They were trying to control it. And you can kind of see that. Like, when you play a series of games with people and they sort of start forming opinions about you and the way you play and how you say things, and that can kind of sour them on you, even when you're liberal with them and have done nothing wrong. It's important to take every game objectively. I can tell this game's very short anyway. We wind up forcing the blue here, and then 6-4 plays presumably a red. That is correct, and then IMS to fascist, I assume. Yes, nothing too crazy there. We then 9-1. 1 plays a red, of course, because he has to. And this is the problem with playing the 2 blues that he did, is that he's kind of in a corner now. He has to play a red and ditch the blue. And the SC4, I think, it's the same votes. It's very interesting to me that the same people are voting like this. Oh, actually, I forget, right. So, this is conflict. I should probably talk about that. After 1 conflicts me and I find out that 1 is fascist, the game kind of flips on its head from my point of view. The read I have at this point, and it's probably evident in the voiceover, is that 3 and 7 are my teammates, right? Because they're voting with me. I'm not entirely certain what is going on behind 7's mindset and voting with me, but 3 I understand is liberal, likely, and he is voting with me, and I'm totally willing to support his government because of that. And the problem I have here is that 4 has not taken Inv, sure, and that makes him a decent SC under a lot of circumstances. However, he's picked a terrible Chancellor in 7. There's no reason to pick 7. 7 is a person that 9'd him. He shouldn't be picking people that 9 him. He should really pick 6 or 2. I can understand being worried about picking into a conflict, but at the same time, here we have a conflict yawing a person. I have my conflict yawing a person. And so I know that there are 2 fascists yawing this person, and my own fascist also SE'd this person. And so you can kind of see how this game winds up working out for us. He winds up shooting a liberal here. And I think the only reason we win is because 6 jumps ship and decides to yaw lib gov. I'm sure the voiceover talks a little bit more. But as far as analysis goes, this game is not very standard. 6 should be 9ing, and it's kind of dumb for him to yaw as a fascist, knowing that it's a lib gov. I mean, even as Hitler, you still should 9, just out of safety, just to see. I mean, that's, basic common knowledge. The fact that 4 wound up being a liberal, to me, didn't make much sense. And the reason for that is because of how the game sort of set itself up. Like, I sped through this replay pretty quickly, right? But all of, the most basic reads you can make are going to be the ones that stuck in the chats as well. I disagreed with 4. I'm thinking, I know 1 is fascist. I'm thinking 6 is fascist as well, or maybe 2, either one. Although I would side more with 6. I forget why. There was a reason for that during the game, but I remember thinking 6 was the fascist. And I'm going to think me, 7, and 3 are all liberal on my team. And so when 1 SEs 4 and 4 shoots 2, and by the way, that's a liberal shooting a liberal, I'm going to think it's 3v3, and if 3-5 isn't Yod, I'm going to basically top deck the game, because at that point, it's obvious to me that 4 is fascist. So, again, not much, there's really not much of good info that I can give in terms of analysis for this video, because this is a non-meta sort of game. Nobody was following any sort of set strategy. Even my reads were partially wrong because I had a fascist on my lib team. And it's kind of hard to see 7 as fascist with me. I mean, as fascist when I'm liberal and he's voting with me like that. And I have such a clear read that 4 is liberal. But anyway, I think I will cut it off here. But go ahead and I think I'll expound a little bit more in the comment section if there are questions about this game. But this game is mostly an example of when a game goes completely off the rails and liberals somehow still win. It's not really a win I take any pride in getting.